There was protest after protest by black and white South Africans, but even protest became, in many ways, equated with treason.
Unless you disperse immediately, I shall have to use force to disperse you.
Despite their own experience as revolutionaries, the Afrikaner nationalists felt no sympathy for black nationalists. They saw them as rivals for political power, to be suppressed at all costs. Foremost among the National Party's measures to quell opposition was the Suppression of Communism Act of 1950. By this act, communism was defined so broadly as to include anything or anyone advocating racial equality.
And therefore, any concept, even a Christian concept, where on the basis of one's Christian belief, you withstand the policy of separate development, could be seen, to be an offense under the Suppression of Communism Act.
In December 1956, in a nationwide roundup, the South African government arrested 156 persons of all races on charges of treason. The accused had called for equal rights for all citizens, black and white. The prosecution argued that this was incitement to violence, for by Afrikaner logic, racial equality in South Africa could only be achieved by violence. The Laager would allow for change in no other way.
An act of intimidation to scare away anybody who might toy with the idea of using communist or communist ideology or tactics in order to subvert the state. The courts, by and large, view and interpret the definition of communism in the light of the possible dangers that might arise if persons pursue the line of conduct that they are charged with.
Control of subversive thoughts is as vital as control of subversive acts. For Afrikaners, communism is the Antichrist, and liberal thinking will lead to the destruction of the race. Afrikaners have a term for those outside the Laager. Volksvijand, an enemy of the people. A Volksvijand need commit no crime. Suspicion that he has thought or done something the authorities do not like is enough. For enemies of the people, the nationalists introduced a unique punishment, banning, a form of excommunication. No trial, no appeal to the courts. One man makes the decision, the Minister of Justice.
Banning is a term which is used under the Suppression of Communism Act, whereby a person is prohibited from seeing more than one individual at a time. He is prohibited from entering any building where educational material is being prepared or printed or published or distributed. He is prevented from entering any building where a trade union is registered, where he is prevented from entering any area which is prohibited to him, like for instance an African township. He is not allowed to attend any gatherings, including social and political gatherings. He is forced into a situation of spiritual and mental and emotional isolation. He has to live on his own inner resources. He feels that he is rejected by society, and therefore, as a result of that, he simply feels that he withdraws into himself and is not able to live as a normal human being. In fact, it becomes a subhuman existence.